Hello everyone, Lewis from New Gen Parents here, bringing you a video on two things. One, percentiles in terms of size, and two, fetal stress tests. Let me share a quick video with you, quick story with you before we actually start. I was at the hospital 4 weeks ago. We were sent for our first fetal stress test because our baby's in the 99th percentile. Sitting there, my wife's giving all of her information to the nurse, and another beautiful couple walks in. I go, hey, congratulations, smiles, all this stuff. And I looked at her, and I looked at my wife, and I made the assumption in my head that she was probably about 7.5 months pregnant. So I look and I said, hey, when's your due date? Yeah, it's a fair question to ask. You know, it's the normal thing to ask, I guess, when you're in this situation. And she says, we are a week late. I'm getting induced today. So then I looked at my wife again. I looked at her, and now I fully understood what it meant to be in the 99th percentile. My poor wife, luckily, she's exercising, she's walking, she's staying in shape, she's eating healthy. So the only real thing she's suffering from is super swollen ankles and feet. Ice, elevation, foot massages, sleep on your left side. What else can you do? There's not really much you can do. She's a teacher, she's standing all day, it's ruining her. Although she's, not working anymore, but still, it's tough. What a difference. But anyway, our child is in the 99th percentile. You get 100 kids, we'll say. Let's explain that. You get the lightest kid, he's the first percentile, and you get the heaviest kid, and he's the 99th. He or she is the 99th percentile. And then you get the kid who's right in the middle in terms of size, and that's the 50th percentile. You can fill in the rest from there. Our child is in the 99th percentile. Now, either way, babies are meant to take from mom whatever they need. In terms of a pregnancy, you don't have to worry about the kids so much. They're going to take what they need. Even if mom's kind of low on something, the kid's going to take it anyway. It's mom you got to worry about, especially with a heavy kid. So diet, super, super important. That's how the percentile system works. If you're in the highest percentile, sometimes your doctor will schedule a C-section because they're worried that the baby might get stuck on the way out, which is exactly what happened to us. We are scheduled for a C-section 1 week prior to our actual due date. Okay, so now let's talk about the fetal heart rate. So the fetal stress test, it's called. Our doctor said, you got a big baby, we got to make sure its heart is keeping up. No problem. We didn't have too much of anxiety because our baby moves a lot. Sometimes the baby stops moving as much, which means that maybe it doesn't have as much energy or oxygen because it's some other kind of complications. But we know our baby dances all day, every day. So we went to this test, and here's basically how it goes. Beside you, after you lie down in the bed, is a printer. Like a polygraph test that you see, a lie detector test that you see on TV, where they have like that sketching thing apparatus that marks your heart rate. That's beside you, and there's a piece of paper coming out so you can see it. There's also a number. It's got the heart rate monitor there. Usual resting baby's heart rate is about 120, 135 range, and then the high range, actually we hit a peak of 168. That was our high score for this fetal stress test. But anyway, my wife sat down, the nurse comforted her, and then put these two microphones, I guess, on her stomach, found the heartbeat. Once it was loud and strong, then they strapped them in and they let her stay there. The test lasts from 20 minutes to 1 hour. 20 minutes if your kid's moving like crazy, 1 hour if it's taking a little bit longer to get the results in. If it goes by an hour and they don't have 6 results yet or 6 movements yet, they'll send you in for an ultrasound just to make sure everything's okay. So now here's how it works. They strap you in, my wife's sitting down, they give her a button. She has this button for every time she feels a movement. When there's a movement, you click the button. When you click the button on that printer that shows the heart rate, it puts an arrow underneath the peaks and the valleys of the heart rate that it's marking in. What you should see is whenever there's a click or whenever there's a movement, the heart rate is peaking. So whenever you see a peak, you should see an arrow, which is the clicked button underneath it. And then as the baby relaxes again, there should be no clicks because it's not moving. So the heart rate should match the child's movement. My wife was in twice so far for this fetal stress test, and both times we were in and out in 20 minutes. With us, thank God so far, no problems. But if the baby is either sleeping or not moving as much, don't worry about it. Take your time. Whenever you feel a movement, click. We did get a great homework drill. If mom's kind of worried about the movements and the heart rate and the heartbeat and all this stuff, when you're at home and you don't think that you felt a movement for a little while, start your timer. And during this 2-hour timer, you should get 6 movements in. So if you ever feel like, something's kind of wrong and, you're kind of stressed out or nervous about the child's, oxygen levels or heart rate, which is totally normal, moms, start your timer. In 2 hours, you should feel 6 movements. It's a great take-home homework thing for us. We even have a chart. My wife marks it down. In 30 minutes, I got 6 movements. In an hour, I got 8 movements. Then she doesn't have to check. Don't lose sleep over it. Maybe do it twice a day. But it's a fantastic homework drill. I hope you liked this video, learning about percentiles and the fetal stress test. If this helped you at all, please leave a like or subscribe. It helps me a lot. And I look forward to dropping you new videos after our kid's out. See you later.